So first and foremost, thank you so much for your interest in Omni-test. I wanted to shoot this quick video because I know that this is an investment in your show, and I want you to know upfront as much as you can to make the right choice in this investment. So we're going to talk through a few things. I'm not going to go into the features because that's laid out in the write-up on the release, but more talking about the quality and a couple other things I want you to know in advance. So you're going to receive 5 books in the set. All of these books, with the exception of the dictionary, which is just an off-the-shelf dictionary, the other 4 books are printed through Lulu. They are perfect bound, paperback, white pages. They're designed to look exactly like kind of mass market produced books of common titles, things that you and your audience will recognize. So War of the Worlds, H.G. Wells' Time Machine, Study in Scarlet by Arthur Conan Doyle, and White Fang by Jack London. I've gone to great lengths to make these look and feel like legitimate books, from the logo on the back to the table of contents to the copyright page to the illustrations at the beginning of the books to the formatting themselves. They come with chapter headings. They come formatted correctly, as you would expect with indents. The actual text is taken from the genuine text of each of these books. So if someone's familiar with these books, opens them up and starts reading on a page, it will feel just like Arthur Conan Doyle or Time Machine. I've never had anybody assume that these were anything other than just inexpensive paperback books. Now, a couple of things about the books as well that you should know is that the 2 sizes are intentional, not only for variety's sake, but the larger size is considered digest, so it's 5.5 by 8.5 inch, and the small size is pocketbook. That's 4.25 by 6.88. These will fit into a back pocket or a jacket pocket if you wanted to use these in a mix and mingle kind of situation. I don't use them in that capacity. I only use them for my stand-up and stage work, but you can if you want. The font in all of them, the typeface is Palatino, so it's very legible, easy to read. The smaller 2 books, it's 11, font 11 size, and this is 11.5. This also has a little bit more spacious layout because it's 1.15 spacing between the lines. This is just the standard one. And these are better in low light kind of situations or with people that might not have as great of eyesight. I've never had problems with any of these books, with the exception, and I want you to know this in advance, of the Pocket Dictionary. The font is quite fine and small in this dictionary, so you just want to make sure you hand this to someone with pretty good eyesight or that is wearing glasses so that there's not going to be any issues. But again, I've never had any issues really over the last 4.5 years using these books, but I do want to make you aware of all of these things. Now, a word on the instruction that you're going to be receiving with the set. You're going to get a PDF with links to a little over a dozen videos. These are not, don't expect high quality, production values here. It's going to be just like this video is, me talking to a camera in my home and laying out a variety of things from how to introduce the books and justify the books to the, laying out the strategies that the books are built with, to the full routines. And there's routines covering predictions to direct mind reading to memory demonstrations. There's just so much variety you can do. You can use these books in isolation. Use one book for one thing. You can use them in combination or with other books that are ungimmicked. And I'll go over all of that. But again, you'll get a PDF with links to a video much like this. And then last thing I just wanted to mention right now is exclusivity. I think it's really important as mystery artists that we preserve mystery for our audiences. It's less about keeping the secret from the community and more about keeping the secret from our audiences. And so I think that one of the ways that I've tried to go exclusive on this release is by keeping it to 175 sets. That's all I'm ever going to print and make available. Also, the price point is in line more with a professional or someone that is looking at making the investment. And lastly, I am asking all purchasers to not perform this in a recorded circumstance, so on TV or on the internet. If you would want to do that, please contact me in advance. And that again is just to make sure that these don't end up on some TV show and the rest of us that have made the investment can't use them as much because, wow, that book looks very familiar, right? So please do preserve the exclusive nature of this. Now, one last thing on the exclusivity there is that all original purchasers of Omni-test will be able to pick up additional copies of the books, essentially at cost. So you're not going to pay $100 to pick up and replace the books in your set if they get lost, damaged, or they need to be replaced. You're going to pay cost, shipping, and a nominal service charge for me to set everything up. But I wanted to pass that on to you guys because the investment that you're making is, in my eyes, a long-term investment in your show, not just a one-time thing, but something I want you to use for years to come. So if you are game for everything that I've just laid out, I'm super excited for you to get this set in your hands, to start playing with the different principles and designing your own routines. And I'll see you on the other side.